stands for Social Community Activities Network. We're located in the Monmouth Mall, and it is my pleasure to have our guest today, Terry Rufo, who's the administrator for Care One at Homedale. And not only that, I'm so happy that you're here because Care One is one of our new sponsors, and we're delighted to have you with us. So welcome.
Thank you. We're excited to work with you as well.
So before we talk about Care One and all of the different locations and what they have to offer, I'd love to know a little more about you and how you come to our table today in regards to your background. And I know that you recently was appointed the administrator of Homedale location. So, but how did you get there?
Well, I've actually worked at Care One at Homedale for the last 15 years. I'm a registered nurse by background, and I started at Homedale as a director of nursing for 13 years. I was the director of nursing, and then I was given the opportunity to move into administration. So it's been an exciting few years.
So what's the big difference between one and the other?
It's a lot of the same decision making. The director of nursing is kind of the right-hand person to the administrator, dealing with a lot of the same challenges, but now I'm really in charge of every department, so that offers a whole new...
So sometimes they call me the big cheese, so I'm assuming that's what you are in Homedale.
Yes, that's what I make them call me.
Well, that's cool. So before you got to be the administrator, how did you pick healthcare in regards to your career path?
I guess back when I was in high school, I was just thinking of something to do in the medical field, honestly, and I wanted to explore nursing, and then I went to Seton Hall, and nursing seemed to be a good path for someone interested in science and critical thinking.
So I know that when I started in the aging business, which is almost 40 years now, I mean, time flies when you're having fun, people question my decision about going into the field of aging, but so I have the last word because it's the only field that one should be in, especially nowadays. And now that I'm aging in, and so is the rest of the world, which is really wonderful. So I'm excited that, again, Care One is one of our partners, and I think that we have some similar philosophies in regards to being very positive and proactive and making sure people stay healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally. So again, welcome. But with that said, talk to us a little bit about Care One in Monmouth and Ocean counties. I know that within our geographic location, there's 4 of you. So give us a little background on them.
Yes, well, I'm from Care One at Homedale in Homedale, and we have both post-acute and long-term care. So people who go into the hospital maybe for a stroke or a hip fracture or post-cancer care could come to us for maybe a stay of 30 days or around that length, and then go back hopefully to their prior level of function. So we offer as well long-term care, and they come to live with us and spend the rest of their time with us. So.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff besides rehab in the long-term care, and you have different specialties like pulmonary and stuff of that in a variety of different places.
Yes.
So what does King James do, and where are they located?
Care One at King James is located in Atlantic Highlands, right on your way to Sandy Hook there. And they,
Route 36.
Yes, Route 36, yes. And they have a great respiratory program. That's one of their highlights. They're going under a full new renovation, and it's a wonderful facility.
So my mom was in King James for respite because, again, she was home for a few years, and every now and then Dad needed a break, and so we were able to have her go there for respite. So people need to know that that's an option available to them, especially if they're caring for a loved one at home.
Yes, if they're caring for a loved one at home and maybe there's a vacation or a wedding or something planned, and or even just you need a little break, people come and stay with us for even just a weekend.
right? Or a couple of days, or in my mom's case, usually it was 2 weeks at a time.
Yes.
And so she enjoyed the transition too, in meeting other people and being in a different facility. So we have Homedale, we have King James. Where else are we going?
And we have Care One at Jackson in Ocean County,
Right.
and they just opened a wonderful new 35-bed behavior memory care unit, assisted living. So it's beautiful. I encourage everyone to go tour, and it's a great place.
Yeah, I'm getting to meet all of the staff. You've been participating in a lot of our events lately, between our brain health fairs and our expos and our lunch and learns. You've been at all of our tables, so that's really wonderful. And so where's the fourth location?
Care One at Wall,
Okay.
and that's in Wall. And they do a great job with the orthopedic population. They have a great therapy program, and they also provide respiratory care.
So again, I must have a history with you guys because my girlfriend was there after she came out of, she had two lung transplants, and so she had to go to rehab, and she was at the Care One in Wall and was treated fabulously, and she recovered, and that's all she wrote. But so tell us a little more in regards to some of the challenges that you're all facing in regards to being an administrator at Care One, and some of the things that one can understand.
Well, I guess you could see with all the changes in healthcare now, where we don't some days know what is even going to happen, that presents a challenge for us with insurance companies, with getting approvals for different things. That's a lot more work than it used to be. And then we have the challenges within the facility that may affect you emotionally, dealing with end-of-life care, helping out families, getting through that. A lot of challenges with like discharge placement, so people who don't have places to go or were not in the safest place. Our social workers work very hard in all our buildings to find proper placement for everyone.
And I'm sure that that's a huge challenge, especially if people are going back home and the house is not what we call safe. And we're going to probably be doing some workshops around home safety and how to make some of those corrections. But I'm sure that if there's stairs and rugs and poor lighting and all of that, that is taken into consideration.
Yes, and we encourage out on home pass. That's part of our Next Step Home program. So we have a full care transitions program at Care One, and we go through the home and what's going on in there, because sometimes there's things that people may not realize. I have a rug in my kitchen or something like that they didn't think to tell us.
Or in the bathroom.
Yes. So,
Scary.
yeah.
And they don't have grab bars and all of that other stuff.
Right.
And so, I do know that, again, being in the field for a long period of time and providing lots of workshops, that there's just so many things that we can do to make it easier, especially in the home, whether you're coming out of rehab or just in general, as far as being safe. So that's really important. And then, so any of the other, I'm sure that the whole insurance world has gone crazy. So getting things approved, and then I'm sure, as far as payment and arguing with, on behalf of your patients as far as what they needed versus what they're willing to pay is another nightmare.
Yes, really presenting our case. We work very hard to make sure our updates to the insurance company are thorough of what the need is at home. And sometimes they don't allow us maybe to get to the level that they were at, so then we have another challenge of making sure the home's ready for a different situation while they get maybe outpatient therapy or something. So
yeah. So again, challenges no matter where we go, whether we're home or in a facility such as yours. So what are some of the rewarding things that you have experienced during your journey?
Well, you definitely experience that direct impact that you make on people's lives that might be different than working in other fields. So even at my level as an administrator, some people say, don't you miss being the bedside nurse? But the decisions I make affect the care that bedside nurse can make with somebody. So whether it's a staffing decision or a decision to hold a weekly barbecue, in our activities department, at the end of the day when a family comes to me or a resident comes to me and says, thank you for hiring that staff member and thank you for the training you did. You leave with a good feeling.
Yeah. So I don't think that people do a lot of good planning in regards to whether they're sick or not, and have really good conversations with family members as far as what they want. I know that usually people don't want to talk about it until either they take away the car keys or something happens where someone might have fallen, broke a hip, had a stroke, things like that. So do you have any recommendations on what family members could do or should do prior to any of those severe accidents?
I think talking to one another is probably the simplest thing to do, because most of us have an idea of what we want and what we would want to do. And but the family doesn't know, and there's this, especially if there's a lot of siblings, a lot of family members, then we're very challenged. And we have a lot of events, like you guys do for community. Come in and tour and see places
Before you need them.
before you need them.
Right.
So we're always, encourage tours. You don't need an appointment to come in and see what's going on. But we hold a lot of events and a lot of networking groups, so the community can come in.
So I know that in Homedale there's community bingo, or there was, and it's once a month?
Yes, we just had a great turnout this Tuesday. So we
Okay.
have a community bingo. We do veterans breakfast where we invite the veterans in. And our food service director sets up a great breakfast buffet. So it's a wonderful event. We do a fall festival. We're right next to a farm who does the pumpkins and stuff. So we try to get some of that traffic coming through. Come in, petting
that's
zoo
perfect.
and
Wow.
vendors and stuff. So we always have nice things going on.
So I guess the message is to be proactive versus reactive, especially, if you need the service or not, whether it's you or a family member or even a neighbor. I know the other issues that I hear a lot about is this whole piece about advanced directives. And again, family members not talking about it. And so if something happens so often, the hospitals and facilities like yours can't do anything without the appropriate permission and documentation. So I think it's really important that they have those conversations. We use a tool that's called the 5 Wishes in a
Yes.
lot of our training. And so this particular tool is like non-threatening, but you can tell your family or whoever what you want, and that it's even recognized as a legal document if signed and witnessed in the state of New Jersey. So we're hoping that people will start having that conversation. We're finding out that most of the time the kids don't want to have the conversation versus the mom and dad.
Yes, that's true.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think that they want to deal with those conversations, but it's just really important to do that. So what else can you tell us in regards to some of the other services that you provide, especially with post-acute rehab and then the long-term care? Like, how many beds are in Homedale?
We have 130 beds. 53 of those are long-term care. There are 2 separate units. So we have the rehab gym is on the post-acute unit. And something new and exciting we have at Homedale now is we have a virtual reality therapy, which has been exciting for especially the, we have a younger population coming in. It's not a nursing home.
Yes.
So we do, and it's helped a lot with pain. So people get so into the virtual reality and they're doing their therapy, and all of a sudden they have no pain.
So are those the goggles, that virtual reality in your world? What does that look like?
They're not wearing goggles,
Okay.
but they're looking at a screen, and they
Okay.
have almost like, it's similar to the Wii, but
Okay.
like a little more.
But they're involved.
Yes.
And so their mind's off their pain.
Yes.
If they have it, and they're probably having a really good time
Yes.
as they're healing. So that's great. And then, so the other piece, anything else as far as like holidays and stuff? I'm sure that you celebrate all of those and birthdays and.
Yes, and we just had a wonderful. It was Nursing Home Week this week, and the theme had to do with the spirit of America. So we had a speaker from the local historical society come in one day. We're having a big barbecue today, and then of course all the holidays we go all out, special meals, and we encourage families to come in and share the meals with the residents. And we do things like if they're going to go out on pass, we buy a pie for them to bring home, so they have something to bring home.
That's cute.
Nobody likes to come home empty-handed.
Yes,
so.
yes. So the last question I mean, we have a couple of minutes left. So anything else that you want to tell me in regards to the big picture of Care One and why Care One?
Care One, simply, we're a family-owned company. So
And you're national.
Yes, but we're New Jersey based. So the
even
Strauss
better.
family works right in Fort Lee. I report directly to our executive vice president, Lizzie Strauss. So they own and they are very involved in everything that goes on. So that level of caring.
Shows.
Yes. And then, we're always looking at quality. So whatever we need, I can call her directly and have new equipment, have things moving with the time, have help, running the building. We do Pinnacle surveys. We're very proud of that. Every patient who leaves gets surveyed, and we go through that with all our department heads and make sure, we don't think that we're perfect, but we always want to make improvements and listen and get back to people.
So you listen to the customer
For
and their
sure.
family, and you make some of those corrections if needed.
Yes.
But that's really important. So again, I'm just really excited that you're part of the SCAN family now. You're with a lot of other good organizations that support us and help us do the business that we do, which is educating the community and keeping people mentally, physically, hopefully, and emotionally fit, and having a good time. I mean, recently, a couple of months ago, we did the Senior Expo, and you participated in that, and we had 25 fabulous models walking down the runway who were dressed by Lord & Taylor, and they were all over the age of 50, and they just wowed the crowd.
Yes.
So that was great. And we are hoping to do more of that stuff with you, both here and in Ocean County. We're expanding into Ocean, and hopefully we'll have a presence there in the near future. So again, without any other comments, I want to thank you, and I want to wish you luck in your position. I know that you've been there for a while, but as the administrator, and feel free to get in touch with us if you need anything. And I want to just thank you again, and thank the audience that Terry Rufo is the administrator of Care One at Homedale, and she will be part of our family going forward. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Andrea Tarr talking about our activities for the fall. Thank you.
Now's a great time to make your home more energy efficient, and the New Jersey Natural Gas Save Green project is here to help. Take advantage of rebates and incentives up to $15,000, designed to make your whole house more comfortable, improve performance, and save you money. Upgrade your older, inefficient heating equipment, central air conditioning system, and water heater with money-saving, high-efficiency equipment. But don't stop there. Your new equipment will have to work harder, wasting energy dollars if your home is not properly weatherized, by reducing air and duct leaks and installing proper insulation. Call the Save Green Project at 877-455-NJNG or visit SaveGreenProject.com, and we'll help you get on the road to maximum energy efficiency and savings, and explain how you may qualify for up to $15,000 in rebates and incentives. Call Save Green at 877-455-NJNG.
Welcome to SCAN. My name is Pat Bowes, and with me now is Andrea Tarr. She is our program director at SCAN, and she has been with us for many years, and so I look forward to working with her every single day that I come in.
Do you really, Pat?
I do. I do.
That's good.
And so what really is amazing is that how time flies, and that we're almost halfway through another year.
I know.
And we're getting ready for our fall semester. I'm just trying to get over the spring, summer, but okay. But we have lots of stuff to talk about and tell our audience what's happening in the fall. So
Yes.
why don't you start with when is our semester starting?
Right. It's been a long, hot summer, but the fall semester begins on September 11th, and it will run through December 8th.
So again, for our audience, we usually have a 13-week semester.
Right.
A lot of our classes run 13 weeks, but we have a lot that are running anywhere from 2, 3, 5 weeks. So, and even some one and dones.
Yeah, a lot of one and dones.
Because
yeah.
we have a new program coordinator for the hub, and
Yes,
she's
She
fabulous.
is fabulous.
So Mary Beth has made my life wonderful and easier, and I'm sure yours too.
Oh, very much so.
So we are planning to have a full schedule for the fall semester,
Yeah,
and I'm hearing that we might be doing Boscoff again.
that is a rumor right now, unconfirmed. But yeah, we may very well be, they are planning on bringing back, or they're, right now, the campus of courses, which of course for us was wildly successful. So we'll have to see how that goes, and we'll keep our listeners, our audience informed.
And again, for
When
the
we know
audience
more.
who don't know what that means, is that the Boscoff department stores, both in Monmouth and Ocean County, has
Right.
invited us in for many years to coordinate all of the public education classes.
A month long of public
So
education.
we usually do 2 classes a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I know that it's always been fabulous, a little stressful, but fabulous. So we're hoping to see what rolls out this particular semester.
Right, and fall traditionally for us at SCAN is our biggest and busiest semester. You know, everyone gears up after the summer.
It's like going back to school.
Right, it's really no different here. So we have a lot of things going on for the fall, and hopefully Carl DiLorenzo, he was a history professor, and I understand he's recently retired.
Yes, he's a personal friend.
Yes.
And I saw him recently, and he told me he retired from teaching at St. Peter's.
Good news for us.
High school in Jersey
Yeah,
City.
yeah.
And he said he's ready, and I said, I don't know what that means, but hopefully we might have a series in regards to history classes.
Right, and most recently he had done some political, actually right before the election, some political classes, and they were
Well, I'm not sure I will let
lively.
him talk about that, but he can talk about history.
Yeah.
His specialty is World War I and World War II.
But he's very engaging, a very good instructor, and his classes were always very interesting. So we look forward to having him back.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what he can do.
And then I believe Freehold Borough will be resuming
Yes,
its classes.
September 12th, they will resume their classes. And when we say resume, maybe you could explain a little bit why they're resuming.
So a few things. Freehold Borough at the Y, so it's SCAN at the Y of Weston Monmouth.
Right.
We've been there now 2 years. We got there, as a pilot project, and they would never let us leave, which is wonderful.
Right.
Because the services we provide there are just really very important to that particular community. But
And just for people who don't know, it's right on the corner of Center and Jackson, the old rug mill building.
right, and so it's the YMCA's community center, and we're technically there every Tuesday from
Right.
10 to 2. We have a variety of classes, which include art classes, yoga, special events, and we also provide lunch there
Lunch there,
in that
yeah.
particular center. So it's open to any of SCAN's members and to the public, so we're hoping that they will go. But one of the reasons we had to shut down for the summer is that we're really trying to seek additional funding for it.
Yes.
It was never in the budget, and so it's been a little difficult to keep it operational, but hopefully we'll be successful. But one way or the other, we hope to reopen the doors in September.
Yeah, I think the people who go there on a regular basis will be very happy about that.
Right, so we're staying in touch with them and providing other opportunities during the summer for them, but not necessarily for the center to
Now,
be there.
Another thing that's happening for the fall, every semester we do a lunch and learn. Formerly our membership meetings, but now we're calling them what they really are, lunch and learn. So we have one scheduled here at the mall for October 14th, and that they're always fabulous.
And we'll probably be highlighting the Medicare changes
Yeah,
because
because-
open enrollment happens
yes.
October to December.
Yes, and that's typically what we do in the fall. And that's always very well attended.
And we do provide lunch.
And of course, lunch and learn.
Yeah.
Has to have lunch. Have to have lunch.
So the other thing that we're going to do is last year first time we did an annual raffle. We've
raffle.
never done a raffle
Yeah.
before. Last year it was our first time out,
And it was
fairly
a really,
successful.
Yeah, it was a really big deal because we had, what was it, 3 prizes?
3 prizes, all valued at $500.
Yeah, each one, so that was pretty fabulous right there.
So we're going to repeat that this
Yeah.
year, and they're all gift cards. So people can do whatever they like
Whatever
with
they
it.
want, which, I think that's the way to go. Who wouldn't want a $500 gift card?
So we're going to be selling them, I believe, they started already from August 1st, and we'll
Yeah.
do the drawing October 18th,
Yes, exactly.
Which
So the
is-
winners, the winners get drawn on October 18th.
which is the day after our annual luncheon.
Yes, which is
Fabulous luncheon.
October 17th at Seabrook.
This is, well, we're 29 years old. I don't know how many luncheons
We're
we've
still
had.
young. I don't know exactly. I don't know that we've had them for all 29 years.
I don't think so.
But if actually, they used to be breakfasts.
Ah.
When I first started here, it was an annual breakfast meeting. We upgraded to lunch.
So the annual luncheon is located in Seabrook, who is one of our community partners.
Right?
And we average about 150 to 200 people at a luncheon.
Yeah.
And this year we're celebrating, our corporate representative would be from Care One, who is one of our newest sponsors to SCAN. They've really, they're a major sponsor, so
Yep.
we're really happy to be able to recognize them. We are providing 2 Leaders of Distinction Award in the field of aging. One to Lynette Whiteman, who's the Executive Director of Caregiver Volunteers of Central Jersey,
Also has been a great partner with
who is
Stan.
also on the Board of Directors
Yes,
now.
yes.
And we're now able to really talk about caregiving, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. The other is Samantha White, and she's from Family and Children's Services, and she's been in the field of aging for a while, and she takes care of the SHIP program
Right.
and reading buddies and
Yep.
all of that. And then we're also recognizing 3 fabulous volunteers, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we picked out 3 volunteers, very well deserved. One of them is actually part of our TV crew here, and that's Rich DiPercio, and Bill Fountain, and Ed Kelly. And really why we've chosen them is because they have all been excellent technology coaches in our successful aging and technology program. And they've been with us for quite some time, and we want them to know that we really appreciate all of their efforts.
So we're hoping that
They've worked
people
hard
will
for us.
come
Yes.
to our luncheon at Seabrook on October 17th and break bread with us and celebrate, because it's a really fun
Oh, it's
activity.
a terrific event. We always have wonderful, fabulous raffle. I mean, it's extraordinary.
And so finally, we are now expanding into Ocean County officially.
Yeah, we've been doing it right along, but now we're making it much more official.
So St. Andrew has embraced us in Toms River. They're on Church Road.
St. Andrew United Methodist Church has been a marvelous partner for us. It's a beautiful church, a great location, a beautiful facility, lots of space for us to do things.
And so we will have a lunch and learn there on September 20th.
Yeah.
And so we're inviting the public to come to that. They just need to register with us.
They need to register, and let me just say that this will be the 4th in the series
that we've done.
that we've done over the period of a year.
So if you would like more information about any of these wonderful opportunities, please call SCAN at 732-542-1326 or visit our website, which is www.scanj.com. Come for a tour of our facility. Take a class free on us. Please, we're really inviting everybody to come down, meet some new people, have a great time, and become part of the SCAN family. And again, I want to officially thank Andrea and all of the staff and volunteers here at SCAN, because without them, we couldn't do what we do. So have a fabulous day, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.